You know, after doing YouTube for about 5 years, you would think I would know what to do on the anniversary days, because I'd be thinking like, oh, I could do something super extravagant, super crazy when it comes down to things, and times I try to do that, it doesn't really work out well, or it really doesn't happen, and that just kind of is the same case for this one. But when it comes down to it, hopefully you could just endure some dang dialogue and kind of, just enjoy the time we have here. But there is at least one thing I decided to do this anniversary, which is essentially making a change to one of the more neglected parts of this channel, which is essentially the merchandise store. As you can clearly see, there's a lot of ridiculous prices on there. Granted, I didn't want to slap a ridiculous price on there, but Teespring will literally not give you any type of profit if you don't put it super high, which is why I'm going to be shutting the whole merchandise store down. Now, when it comes down to it, yes, that does mean that certain designs will not be able to be, really all designs won't be able to come back in some shape and form. Meaning the blue shirt and jacket, that's not coming back. Meaning the whole Shoko jacket, not coming back either. It just, all of it is not going to necessarily be coming back. And that's just how it is. Which is why I'm going to run a last chance type of sale to kind of make sure that you guys, if whoever really wants to go get it, can actually go get the whole, jacket and whatever that you want to go get. It's not really about me trying to turn a profit on that thing, but it's mainly just so anybody that might want to go get it before that time comes, or when I decide to, close the store down, definitely that's like a whole thing you might need to kind of consider. There should be a sale up by the time this video kind of goes out and whatever, so we'll see how that goes. And the reason why I'm closing that merch store down is because I found a place that's much more affordable, much more cheaper, and still can do the same thing, which is, I think, fourth wall. At least I've seen Alice use it, so we're gonna use it now. And when it comes down to it, yes, there is indeed merch there, which is, again, affordable, which is gonna be some blue merch again, which is more chibi blue this time, because why the heck not? So you want to see some chibi blue on your phone, like your iPhone case or your Samsung case, or hell, even in your pillowcase, then go ahead and just check that store out. It'll be in the comment section of this video, and that's just gonna be how it kind of goes though. It's gonna be a good time over there, which you could buy something and it's actually affordable for once. Holy crap. So that's just gonna be something really good at the end of the day, and hopefully we can add more merch and stuff there. So that's just gonna be how that goes. I already know somebody gonna buy the dang pillowcase for a certain reason that I'm honestly terrified to know, but when it comes down to it, I know somebody's gonna do it, and that's gonna be how it is. I can't believe Blue has a body pillow now. Kinda. It's weird. So 5 years, it's been a time of work, a time of effort, a time of a lot of things. And when it comes down to it, it's been a time of just struggles, I suppose, but also joy. Let me explain. Essentially, doing this for 5 years has opened my eyes to a lot of things that I wasn't thinking about when I first started doing this, like, having some sort of business sense, some sort of, fairness when it comes to people and trying to give people a chance, and also learning hard lessons like breaking off friendships at times where it has to be broken off, or getting challenged by certain people and what I would do in those situations and what can I do in those situations. It hasn't been easy, definitely. It's been rough, and there's definitely been moments where it's just been something I've struggled against, but at the very same time, I don't now regret any of what has happened so far. It's definitely been the most amount of effort I put into anything, and especially at this point I can definitely say that, because traditional drawing, thought that was hard. This ain't nothing compared to making content and actually trying to make something of yourself when it comes to the online space. It's just been something insanely difficult, but something I don't necessarily regret doing. One of the things that I would definitely say has been holding me back is definitely some fear, because there has been multiple moments where I'm like, if I were to, let's say I were to actually, get somewhere with this, actually get 100K or something, actually be able to get a nice fat check from YouTube every month to actually take care of the things that need to be taken care of and stuff like that. What would happen if I gotten into, you know, in front of like a lot of the people that watch me and actually, actually met them up in real life and things like that? I was always wondering, can I handle something like that? Because recently, for whatever reason, I keep getting hit with like clips of different creators talking about how their lives are bombarded by their fans and audiences. Not because they hate them or anything like that, but it's just like they can't go out without anybody, recognizing them and things like that. And it gets tiring for them, right? Heck, if you've seen I Show Speed a lot of the time when he's going to these different countries and just living life on easy mode, it's been wild to see all that type of stuff. Granted, they're just huge people like that. And it's like, for me, could I handle realistically something like that myself? At first, I was going to say I don't know. At first, I was going to say I don't know, and it's kind of scary. But literally yesterday, I got an idea that, it's like maybe I shouldn't be afraid. Maybe I should, welcome that sort of thing. Because it shouldn't be like that. And whether you believe in God or not, and it's just me, but when I was watching some Sunday church with my mom, essentially I remember the Lord's essentially saying in my ear when it comes to thinking about this stuff, he was like, why are you afraid of something that I gave you? And when I heard that, it was like all the fear that I had kind of just went away, because I was like, that's true. You do make things good. And anything that comes from his hand, obviously, is going to be something good and not necessarily going to be harming you, right? And it comes out for his good at the end. But when it comes down to it, it's like, why should I be afraid? I shouldn't be afraid. I should actually try to do it. And so that's kind of when now it hits me where I'm like, instead of trying to be afraid of the future, and as I said before, even before this year started, I should try to embrace it. I should try to embrace this future, honestly. It's been something that I have been, dreading, honestly, because really thinking about it realistically, and this is probably some of the most transparent I'm ever going to be, which is for ever since graduation of high school and back in 2019, I haven't moved my life since then, right? I haven't moved my life since the May of 2019. And that's a long time. All my other friends have gotten people in their lives. They gotten, good jobs and actually been able to do what they want to do in their lives, travel the world and do things like that. And heck, even people I've seen in college are equally in the same position of doing whatever they want to do and having a good time. Meanwhile, for 5 years, I have been doing this. I have been sitting here making content, and that's really about it. There hasn't been any changes, except things get worse, but that's really about it. There hasn't really been anything that is, a positive, I would say, for a lot of people to come through and see. If you came through and see me and not know about the YouTube stuff at all, you would probably say my life is pretty dang bad. It's pretty dang sad and is honestly just atrocious. No one should go through that. And I agree. That being said, because there is this, because I do this on a daily basis, or try to, it does bring in some type of, I guess, good clarity for me and some good type of vibes in a way. Because if it wasn't for this, I promise you, my brain would have been really overcooked. It would have been overcooked by now. And getting the chance to speak about certain stuff I like about life in general and ranting about that, no matter how it kind of goes, having an audience that actually listens to me instead of trying to just cut me off at every sentence or things like that, it's been nice to actually be able to voice an opinion without anybody just chiming in and anything like that, Granted, you will get people like that, but because it's in video form, you can't interrupt me unless you pause the video, unless you like Osmond Gold or something like that. That's literally about it. There's literally no other way of that happening. But still, it just feels good to do this. It really does. Was I planning the route of what this was for like a long period of time? No, I was the Danganronpa man in the very beginning of things, right? At first, heck, before even Danganronpa, I was just the guy that came through with random images online, just kind of just putting it in every so often, kind of just being like, yeah, I'm just this image and this image and this image. But I kind of quickly stopped that because I was just like, okay, that's really tiring to do, and it's very annoying. So I don't want to do that no more. And then that's when Danganronpa kicked in, and I was like, yeah, let's do Danganronpa sprites for 2 years straight, and just kind of go about that. Hopefully nothing happens, right? And that's kind of how it was. And then obviously wanted to get an identity map. What am I even saying? I can't speak English, but when it comes down to it, I wanted an identity of my own, and that's when Alice came through with the model that you obviously see a lot of these videos. And from that point on, it's just been me building an identity of my own self. Has it been an easy time? Again, no, but it's something that I've thoroughly enjoyed. And then I started to kind of really ramp up stuff, and I guess now I became the lolicon guy, which wasn't planning this. I'm not gonna lie, wasn't planning that, because I already knew. I'm like, oh, if I go too deep in this subject, that's kind of how things are going to be. Kind of going to get referred to that from now on. Kind of going to hate it a little bit. But at the very end of it, though, no one else was one doing it, and I was like, why not cash in on it and see what happens? And then two, at the very same time, it's like, why not? You know, I'm bored. I got nothing else to do. So that's kind of how it felt. And my channel wasn't going anywhere fast. So that's kind of also another reason as to why I decided to do it. And plus, I did really genuinely want to learn this side of the fence and see why is it so despised? Why is so many different types of subjects about it and why people feel the way they feel about it? And things like that. And so essentially, fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know, I became the lolicon guy, and that's just kind of how it is. But at the end of the day, it's been fun. It's definitely been a fun journey. It's been a struggle journey, real life. It's been a fun journey here, and it's definitely been challenging. You know, it's definitely had its challenging moments. Just overall, it's just been definitely a crazy experience, but I don't regret any of it though, experiencing any of it though, because it really, I feel like, builds up my own character and my own maturity, because I wasn't so mature back then. Granted, I didn't really do anything crazy or nothing like that, but still, it just kind of feel like, oh, we're actually building towards something, you know? Even though I don't know where the heck my life is going, right? I could blow it to, you know, tomorrow or today. I could. But at the same time, maybe I just never blow up. And that's just kind of how it is. And hopefully that don't happen, because I remember still hearing the anime man talk about how there's so many people that want to do content creation, but not everybody's going to make it. And when I heard that, I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to be one of those people that don't make it. If I do something, I'm going to put everything I got to it and make sure that it works out in the end. You know, even though it's been definitely a struggle when it comes down to it, especially recently, and how things kind of been, because obviously I'm an able-bodied person that obviously could work a job and do things like that, but I choose not to, because this is what I want to do. This is the only thing I feel like I want to do and enjoy my time of doing without quitting or anything like that. So it's probably been a stupid decision to just only do this and not have any other source of income at all, because really the only reason why we're getting by each month is mainly because of you guys' help. It's because of your guys' help that we are surviving, and it's not pretty. It's not a pretty time every time, you know, I have to come through in some shape and form and ask for survival funds, essentially. And it's not good, right? But I believe in this channel so dang much, to the point it's like, if it's not this, then I don't see a way out of our current situation, because there ain't no way that some regular ass 12-hour dollar job is going to save this whole situation. There's no way. I don't see it. And then I had to work for people that obviously don't care and things like that. It's just all that, and it's just something I just don't want to do, right? And again, maybe it's a stupid decision on my part. Well, I feel like it kind of is. And at the very same time, it may not necessarily work out in my favor, but I want to try. I still very much do. And heck, I still got a bucket list. I want to go to Anime Expo and get invited to it and all that jazz. So there's also that on the side as well. But my point is, though, is that when it comes down to doing content creation, and all this stuff. There is nothing else I want to do. I want to spend my time talking about certain things, ranting about certain things, having a clear space of mind, and just enjoying my time doing stuff with my own ideas of what I want to do, and just doing stuff for you guys as well, because it's just been fun. And it's been definitely a learning experience, especially trying to achieve something that no one in my family has achieved before, and now a lot of people can say they achieved, right? I know people look at a million subs nowadays to be like, oh, everybody hits a million subs. Not really. That junk is still mad hard. That's still mad hard. I mean, look at me. Am I at a million subs? Am I even close to that? Of course not. It's hard. It's a mad difficult. Unless I just get an overnight experience of explosion or something like that, then maybe that'd be a different story. But I don't get those sort of things. I would like to, but I don't get those sort of things a lot of the time. But it's just definitely a challenge, and it's definitely been a journey and a fight. And I don't feel like stopping that fight right now. I don't necessarily have a lot to lose when it comes to this situation besides real life things. But when it comes down to it, it's just that I want this more than anything else to be someone, especially for other anime community people, because there is so many content creators that don't do regular anime content, that don't necessarily, you know, be good anymore. I know there's like a lot of anime YouTubers at the top that just do not care for anime in general, or just don't do the things they used to do and stuff like that. And hopefully, in some way, I have been a beacon of hope to kind of bring some of that back in a way. Even if it's not going to be all the way or something like that, or maybe I might change something slightly. Hopefully it'll be some type of hope that you can have somebody maybe in the future, soon in the future, hopefully, to be a good anime content creator, because there's not many of them. Not any good ones too much anymore, unfortunately. And it's just something that I feel like we really kind of need, essentially, you know? I know a lot of people don't really care too much for anime YouTubers anymore, but I still want to be one, and I never really kind of changed from being one either. Besides, not really talking too much about anime, but still, nonetheless, you get the point. We talk about it in whatever ways we feel like talking about it. Like the plus side of Saturdays, we were talking about that. So technically, anime channel, it is what it is. But you get the point. And really, that's really what the focus has been. Just trying to throw everything at the wall and see what works. And hopefully it works well. And hopefully, when it comes down to it too, it's been something that you guys enjoyed via the content of what we have done. Granted, there has also been people that has been very great, and people that has been like, yo, you're mad funny, my guy. I never once considered myself to be funny. Actually, that was the lamest dude. But apparently, I'm actually pretty dang good. So allow me to slap my behind real quick and be like, yes, sir, we're actually cooking a little bit here. And that's actually pretty good. But honestly, in all seriousness though, I am 100% grateful to all you guys. 100% grateful to people that has tuned in, and really extremely grateful to the people that has stuck with me for years and decided to give this channel a chance to grow, because so many people have said, hey, you got the potential to do something. You got the potential to be someone when it comes to doing YouTube. Even people in real life have said that. But we haven't hit that part yet. And so I don't want to lose all that potential. I don't want to waste all that magic, honestly. And it's been something that has been the forefront of my mind for 5 years. So I don't want to lose any of that. And at the end of the day, I feel like I have to do this. This is something I need to do. Even if I don't know the direction of the future and what I want to do and how things are going to go, still, it's something I definitely want to do and want to pull off. I don't know how, and I don't know in what way, but it's something I really want to do. And for once, not feel like I'm bogged down in so much distress and nonsense, and actually feel like we're making it. And that's, I guess, the main feeling of what I want to do right now. So I want to keep improving. We're going to keep improving. We're going to keep having better content and better, hopefully, you know, intros and outros, which is still something I'm lacking on this channel severely. We'll figure that out at some point in time. But still, nonetheless, it's something that I just want to continue to do, and it's something that I believe in fiercely. So as long as the Lord let me live to see the next days and next days and next days after that, Jason X4 will always be here. And until the day I kick the bucket or decide to retire, or things don't work out the way I thought it would, that's that's just we'll see what happens. We'll just see what happens. But that's really all I want to say for this one. I'm just grateful for everybody that is here and stuck with me for years on end, and for even new people that might have come through and maybe don't know too much about me just yet, but still grateful for people nonetheless. And even more so grateful for real deal co-hosts that honestly has done helped me in more ways than one, even fan art and things of the sort like that, because it's been some beautiful work out there I've seen. Not a lot of work I've seen, but it's been some beautiful ones though that I have seen. And there has been some beautiful things that just been out there, right? So at the end of the day, it's just been something I can appreciate, look back on, and be like, yeah, I cooked, I did this. And together, we're about to bring something even better than what has ever possibly existed out there before. And I don't want to lose sight of what this is. So, yeah, I guess that's really all I want to say. There's not really much anything I guess I want to say for real. So I guess we'll end it here. So hopefully you did enjoy. If you haven't ever subscribed to this channel, you've watched me before, you've seen me before, and you want to see more, definitely just hit it, because you don't know how big of a help that actually is. Because I'm trying to get to 10K before this year ends. Who knows if this will happen, but still, nonetheless, I want to try. And you might see something you might actually like, so go ahead, hit the subscribe button. Go ahead, and if you'd like to and you have the funds to help me financially with utilities and Kofi and things like that, and if that's something that you can do, share it around at least, or something of the sort. I'll be grateful for whatever and however it happens, if that's what you decide to do. And just things like that in general, right? Especially that, because that's like insanely generous and insanely grateful for me on my end. So there's definitely that, and yeah, I think that's really, again, everything I really want to say. So hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, bell notification. Also follow me on Twitter's and Blue Sky. And I don't think I ever shared Varag on here. I actually can't do that, but I guess follow the Twitter so I can share that as well. And yeah, we're gonna be having some more fun as time goes on, and just gonna be enjoying things. Also, I think Tokyo Game Show happens this week as well, so might be on some content for that, maybe. Who knows? We'll see how that goes. But yeah, until then, it's me, your boy Jay, sign off. Have a blessed day.